Alright, today we're going to be working with a headlight restoration on this Lexus ES330. I start by popping the hood and then using some painter's tape to tape up around the headlight. Doing this will protect it from sandpaper and from the rotary polisher that we're going to be using a little bit later down the line. So once it's all taped up, we're ready to clean the headlight. So what we're using here is Royal Detail Club Stealth Glass Cleaner. This step basically we need to just remove any bug guts or any dirt and debris off the headlight to make polishing a little bit easier. So here we're starting with 1500 grit sandpaper. We're saturating the headlight and saturating the sandpaper with water. And we're sanding from left to right. All that gunk that's coming off right now is good. That's what's causing the headlight to be hazy. So as we continue going on, you see I'm only going left to right. So I'm just continually going and sanding the headlight until I don't see any haze. So you see now, versus when we first started sanding, the residue that's coming off is basically clear. This indicates it's time to switch to 2000 grit sandpaper. So here's the 2000 grit sandpaper coming up. We put that on the sanding block and do the same thing we did with the 1500 grit. Only this time we're going to go up and down. Doing this will help level off some of the sanding marks and sanding marks from the 1500 grit. So I continually wet the headlight, wet the sandpaper to increase lubricity between the two. And you could already tell how much more clear the headlight is becoming. However, though, since I am using a sanding block, some of the areas in the corners I'm not able to get fully. So you see here I'm going to pull off the sandpaper from the sanding block in order to get the corners all the way complete. Alright, so here's a 3000 grit sandpaper. This is the very last step you need, and the step that will cause polishing to be a lot easier for you, especially if you're doing it by hand. By now, none of the residue should be milky. Alright, so we're going to start off by hand polishing with Royal Detail Club Wet Polish. I put it on a microfiber applicator pad, spread it in with my fingers, and then use elbow grease to work it into the headlight. So I did this step just to show everyone that you can restore a headlight only by using tools that you can buy from a store. You don't need any expensive rotary polishers or rotary drills or pads or anything. However, with this tutorial, I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to put some of the polish onto a 3-inch orange polishing pad and put it onto my rotary polisher, my rotary drill polisher. This is one more step that will really help bring out the crystal clearness of the plastic. So as we wipe this clear, look how much more shiny the chrome is than when we started. Alright, then we're going to skip to the last step, which is really the most important step, which is protecting it after you do all this restoration on it. So what we're using here is some Royal Detail Club Shield liquid carnauba wax. You can use wax sealant. Sealant is the best. So I just spread it on the headlight, let it haze a bit, and then wipe it clean. If you don't do this step, your headlight's just going to get faded again.